I'm Craig Morris, and I'm here with Mr. Kyle Manion, the champion of the 5- and 6-year-old division here at the Summer Spectacular, sponsored by Great American Insurance. Kyle, congratulations.
Thank you very much, Craig.
A super run, 221.5, a 218 on the board from the first bunch when you rode to the herd. Tell us kind of what your mentality was when you went down there. Were you pushing for a big score?
I was pushing for a big score. I just went down there with kind of a game plan to show the judges that, you know, this is not the go-arounds, this is the finals, and I mean business tonight. You know, I wanted to present myself in a little stronger fashion and be a little bit more aggressive, and I think I got that done tonight. Going down there, you know, my help and I had 3 good cows kind of picked out. Right here we started off with we call her the medium gray, and luckily she was kind of on the edge there. We kind of kicked her out and kind of started the run with a little bit of momentum, and kind of let my horse work and kind of get a little bit of momentum build at the beginning of the run.
Was your approach different cutting that first cow for the finals versus showing in the go-rounds?
Yeah, it was a lot different. You know, this is only the second show that this horse has been to, actually since about November. He had colic surgery, and we laid him off a long time, so the Super Stakes was actually the first show back. And then due to the EHV1 scare, obviously we didn't go to any cutting, so this is actually this horse's second show back. So through the go-arounds, you know, I did want to be careful, kind of take a safer approach to showing him through the go-arounds, and we had just some nice scores and just tried not to get in any trouble. Here is a Bonnet Baldy that my help and I had watched, and we kind of knocked her out there, and she was a good cow. Kind of kept our momentum going. Whenever we went back into the herd to cut this cow, Neil Roger had said, you know, you do have some momentum, you're doing well, let's kind of keep this going, and I did want to kind of stay aggressive and want to show those judges that I meant business here, and so we did cut that cow. Here, I almost opted off. This is a notch-headed Baldy. She was kind of coming across the front right here. I was able to kind of knock her up, but we did have another cow that we almost opted off onto, but she just stayed in a good spot, and we were able to keep the momentum going and put together a pretty strong run.
Talk to us a little bit about a Smooth Criminal out of your stallion,
yes.
Smooth as a Cat.
Yes.
Your first win here in the Big Pen in the non-pro division. That's got to be pretty special.
It's really special. You know, I've been showing for many years now, and I've been second in this pen several times. I've come close to winning at several events here, and you know, coming down here doing it tonight on offspring by our stallion Smooth as a Cat. It just couldn't get any better, you know, to finally kind of get that win break over and have it be on a great representative of our stallion.
And such a great stallion he is. Tremendous amount of success. Right now, the most successful breeding son of Highbrow Cat going. That's got to feel really good, not only for you guys in the breeding part of it, but just overall for the industry to see somebody now come along behind this great horse. We're always looking for a new son of these stallions to come on and hopefully replicate what their fathers have done. Talk to us a little bit about that and the plan you guys have had with this stud.
Well, whenever you've got a great individual who's a great show horse, you never know you know, what they're going to do in terms of the breeding. You know, they speak for themselves in the show pen and what their money won and their accomplishments, and they're bred right, but you never know if that's going to transfer onto the foals. Luckily, it's happened with him, and, you know, we just couldn't be any happier. You know, he's almost a $5 million sire, and his first full foal crop are only 6 years old. So, you know, we do have a strong marketing program. You know, we want to buy, sell, breed, train good horses to our stud and have those representatives of our stud. And we just really, I mean, we've been blessed to have everything work out like it has. And he is Highbrow Cat's leading money producing son.
Now we need to talk a little bit about a Smooth Criminal also. Unique story behind him. Horse had some issues earlier on, went through kind of some traumatic stuff, and just now really coming into his own here, huh?
He's got a long story. Actually, he was bred and raised by Matt and Megan Miller. He was out of Megan's mare, Carolina Moon, and who was a great individual herself. And they sold him as a yearling, and I was running late. I wanted to see him in the sale. And I got there late, and I passed a guy out in the parking lot, Alan Chappell, and he told me, he said, "You're going to be really mad at me." He said, "I just bought that horse, and he's going to be a working cow horse." And so I was a little bummed out. But and Alan sold him to a lady named Roxanne Copesel, who eventually put him in cow horse training with Todd Bergen, who called Matt Gaines and eventually said he needs to be a cutter. So Matt Gaines showed him for Roxanne Copesel, did a great job on him, and I actually bought him about a year ago. So since I bought him, I've taken to, well, it was 3 shows last year, made the finals a couple times, and then won at Paso Robles on him and won the 4-year-old non-pro. We bring him home. He colics right before Christmas. So we have colic surgery, and we didn't know whether he was going to survive. And so his first show back was the Super Stakes. I was third on him there, and he was great. And then due to the EHV1 scare, we kept all of our horses at home, and so this has been his second show this year. We didn't even go to any weekend shows or anything, and so it couldn't have been any better. The horse has it's a neat story that he's gone through so many different circles, and I've followed his career the whole time, and it's been a pleasure to finally get to own him and then show him. So it's finally working out. So.
Yeah, I'd say working out's an understatement. Hot outside, hotter inside. Kyle Manion, a 221.5 champion of the 5- and 6-year-old division here at the Great American Summer Spectacular.